Hello you guys, and welcome to Abundantly Minimal. My name is Sarah, and today I'm going to be talking about 4 ways that I am not a minimalist. I have seen a couple other YouTubers making this, and I like the idea of this kind of video because I think sometimes people have an association that minimalism has to look a certain way, but I think ultimately it's something that can be very personalized for your lifestyle, and I will wholeheartedly say that there's not one right or wrong way to do it. Also, I think it's important to be transparent, even though I feel like I am always pretty real and transparent on this channel. I think it's also important to note too that we're all on various stages of our journey. Jake and I have come really far from where we were, but it's definitely still in progress. So I think that's also really important. I know in a couple of my videos, such as the census video, people were saying that I had too much stuff. And you know what? Maybe according to their standards I do, but like I said, I'm not at the finish line. I'm right here on the journey with you guys. But I did identify 4 specific areas that I feel like could be seen as not being a minimalist. And even for myself, I don't think maybe I'm really in as minimalist of a space, but it still is something that kind of works for me or that I'm working on improving. First up, I do not have a capsule wardrobe. I think it's really awesome for people who do have capsule wardrobe, but I don't. And I think eventually I might get to a place, but in the meantime, there's a couple things that hold me back from the capsule wardrobe idea. Number 1, I think it can be more challenging if you are fluctuating in weight. In the past 5 years, I first gained about 30 to 40 pounds, and then now I've been losing that weight. So when you have changes in weight, it seems like each year I do have to purchase new clothes. For a couple of years, it was disheartening to have to keep buying larger clothes, but then now it's been the opposite. Now I keep buying smaller clothes each year. So there's that, which I feel like kind of prevents it, since I know when I purchase clothes I can wear them for a while, of course, but depending on how the weight loss continues happening, I will probably need a smaller size at some point. Also, I had a lot of clothes at the beginning, and I generally have the policy I don't get rid of something just to get rid of it. And so I do genuinely love and wear the clothes that I have. So I don't feel the need to just purposely cut things down just so I have a smaller amount of clothing. Finally, I just think with where I live in Illinois, we have 4 very distinct seasons, and also balancing working as a teacher, there's my different teaching and work related outfits, plus there's my different comfortable outfits that I wear in my own personal life. And so with all these 2 together, I do enjoy having the variety to have more different outfits when I'm teaching, but then those also aren't really the things that I wear when it's just me, around the house or just going out and about on errands in daily life. For me, those are a couple of reasons I don't have a capsule wardrobe, so maybe to some that means I'm not as much of a minimalist because of it. However, if you've watched any of my closet decluttering videos, you know that I've made a lot of progress because I had so much clothing at one point. Another way that I'm not a minimalist is with my grocery shopping habits. I am someone who really loves cooking and loves trying out new foods and ingredients, which I believe I've talked about more earlier on this channel, but it's something that gives me a lot of joy. It would be more ideal if I was someone who had perfect meal prep plan or always stuck to my list when I'm shopping. I'm trying to get better at it, but at the same time, I acknowledge that it's kind of just part of who I am. I do love experimenting with new foods and trying out new recipes. So from that perspective, that's a way that maybe I'm not as minimalist. Another way I'm not very minimalist is with my internet use. I am notorious for having so many tabs open at a time. I do recognize that it's a little crazy. Even just email's interesting. I have been a lot better at managing email and keeping my inbox as close to 0 as possible, but I do have 5 different email accounts that I have to check regularly. I have my own personal account. I have my school teaching account. I run 2 businesses, so each of those have their own account, and then with the Abundantly Minimal business, there's an extra account that is like the more professional account that I use, but I don't like it as much as my own personal email for the account. So even just that's a little crazy, and I have to have 2 browsers to keep them logged in all at the same time. And then I also feel like I've got so many different tabs for I'm not really doing a whole lot of social media with my second business, my teaching business, but regardless, I've got some accounts there as well as the Abundantly Minimal ones. And then if I'm looking stuff up, I've got lots of Google Docs that keep me organized with everything that's going on. So it can be a little chaotic, but I think for me what's helped despite having all these tabs, is having a set routine about how I manage them and when I check each account. And then once I check it, I close out of that tab, I'm done. So it's definitely something that's not ideal, but I recognize when you're essentially working 3 jobs, it's gonna be some internet clutter. And then finally, the fourth way that I don't really consider myself a minimalist is with my schedule. It kind of fits into the last one, but just I feel like I'm often running around doing a lot of different things. Even though it might seem a bit chaotic to some, for me, this schedule is amazing, and I always feel so vibrant, excited. I think for me, and maybe you can relate, there is sort of this natural high that you get when you complete different tasks. And so since I'm accomplishing a lot on each day, I keep getting this rush of excitement and adrenaline when I like upload a video, for instance. That's always feeling really exciting. Every time, you know, I even do a post anywhere on the blog, social media, wherever, it feels super exciting. And so for that, despite the fact that it's a little crazy, it's so much fun. And like I am kind of obsessed with Abundantly Minimal and our Mr. and Mrs. Social Studies business that Jake and I have together. It's such a cool thing, and I didn't know how exciting it would feel like before I was actually able to like reach more people and get to hear from you guys. Like, that is so exciting. So this is just another chance to say thank you for all of your amazing support and comments, and it's just so nice interacting with you. So despite the fact that, you know, I go to work, come home around 3:30 from my teaching job, I'm definitely trying a lot more this year to have better work-life balance between my work and work from home type of projects. I work for about 4 hours each day on businesses, plus then of course, you know, spending time with Jake and other things. I don't want to say like spending other time having fun, because I do genuinely have fun with the other types of opportunities. But for some people, working a full day of work and then, you know, 4 hours of additional work after that, plus any additional things that I might be doing for my teaching job, those add up. So it all just comes down to living intentionally and doing what matters most to you. And for me, this is a lifestyle that I really enjoy. So thank you guys so much for watching. Those were 4 ways that I am not a minimalist. Although I think ultimately, just to remind us one more time, it's all about how we choose to practice minimalism in our own lives, and it's gonna look different. Certain people have collections that give them joy, different hobbies that they really enjoy, and there's a lot of situational factors that determine how much stuff we have, and I don't think we need to beat ourselves up about that. If you guys would like to check out some past videos, you can actually do that over here. And if you have not yet joined this lovely community here on Abundantly Minimal, you can go ahead and subscribe right here. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!